Hello, my friends around the world. Um, this video, I want to talk about the difference between humans and humanoids according to access consciousness. Whether it's true or not, who knows? But I've been finding playing with this idea helps me out a lot because I've always felt very different on this planet. Like I didn't belong here. Most of the people are pretty like closed-minded and pretty asleep and sleepwalking. So it makes sense that maybe there's two different species on the planet. And they look the same, but they just function differently. One of them are humans. How you can tell you're a human is if you've pretty much been in the same job all your life. You always do the same thing. You always get on the same train. You always take the same bus. You always park in the same parking space. You always park the same way. You always make the same lunch. You always go to the same. You're just pretty much a creature of habit, and you just do it because that's the way you do it, because that's the way it's done, and you just follow the rules, and you don't speed, and you cross all the T's, and you dot all the I's, and you just play by the rules, and you don't ask questions. You just know everything. You know the experts are right. You believe in MDities. The doctors know best. And then there's the people who question everything, and we call those humanoids. And they always think there must be something else possible on this planet. There's always another way to do it than the way it's done. And that's the way I've always been all my life. So I figured something's freaking wrong on this planet, or I don't belong here. And as soon as I realized that there's a certain percentage of people that are humanoids and a certain percentage are humans, that made a lot more sense to me. So whether it's true or not, I don't really give a shit. But anyway, it makes me feel happy because I don't need to fit in with the humans. Gary Douglas talked in Copenhagen, the Nine Trannies, and in the class he talked about most of the diseases that wipe out large populations. They don't affect the humanoids, they affect only the humans. So he says the Black Plague, I think it was, in Europe before the Renaissance, it supposedly, in his mind, killed most of the humans and left mostly humanoids, so that's why the Renaissance happened. So if that's true, that's kind of cool. So if that's true, he says all these plagues that are coming and all these different diseases, don't worry about them because they're not. If you're watching this video and you haven't turned it off, you probably are a humanoid like I am, so they're not going to affect you anyway. So anyway, you function differently than humans, which is cool. So he says the difference, if you look at cows and horses, neither of them are wrong. Cows just kind of eat the grass and follow along and get herded. And horses like to run and jump and have sex and play and be wild. Of course, cows have to have sex too, but anyway, they have it for procreation. Some beings just have it for fun. Okay, so I want to run a process about that, having sex and everything else, because I think that'll fit right here. I should have brought it up before I started making the video. I always do that. I always think of something halfway through the video. So while I'm bringing it up, oh, here it is. Okay, it says, this is what Dane said at the call. What have you made so vital and valuable about terminal and eternal... Sorry. What have you made so vital and valuable about the terminal and eternal disease of biological clock and biological cock that creates the causal incarcerations, causal incarnations, causal inculcations, and causal incongruities of children, marriage, family, and relationships, as the perfect formula for the creation of normal life and living, as the greatness of causal reality that shouldn't, can't, and will never be changed. So everything that is, would you be willing to put it in your pock and pod pipe and smoke it out of existence? Yes, you would. Okay. I'm thinking the access clearing in my head because you don't need to say it out loud, because if I did, they're trying to get me on copyrights or infringements of trademarks or something. I don't give a shit anyway. I'm just playing along with them. I'm playing like I'm a good boy getting back in my cage. Oh shit, I have my robe open. I just haven't taken a shower yet. I still got my wild wake up hair. Okay, so one other thing about humans and humanoids. So a lot of species, some biologist or something was at an access call, and she says that makes total sense because there are usually two species look the same in most animals. So They just function a little differently. So I don't know if that's true or not because I'm not a biologist. But anyway, I know I'm not like all the humans are out there because I don't just freaking follow. I've had about a bazillion jobs. I can't even count them all. If I do a job more than 2 years, it's too long. I gotta quit. I've been there too long. I can't believe I've been in Japan for 12 years. That's freaking way too long. But of course, I lived 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 5th place living in 12 years. But usually 2 years on a job. The longest job I ever did was working at Loft English, and I just finally got out of there. My wife was holding me back from quitting completely, so I just kept cutting down my classes, cutting down my classes, cutting down, and just got the heck out of there because I can't stand doing the same thing over and over and over. And it's like I've been there, done that. I've paid my dues. I'm out of there. Okay, so just be on notice. All my other jobs I've only worked for a couple years for. I'm gonna be quitting soon. It's just the way it is. I don't stay in the same job forever. I get really bored doing the same thing over and over. That's why I do like 500 different things. That's why I have 5 jobs right now. And why I don't just do one healing modality on my show. I do every one, and I do even ones that you never even heard of because I just download them all the time. So I do access consciousness, which I have to put in quotes now. That's a quote there. And I do body code, emotion code. I do quantum touch 2.0, which is long distance quantum touch. I do a little theta healing and a little bit of matrix reimprinting, even though I don't do it the way it's supposed to be done, but I always do everything the way I feel it needs to be done with my clients and my radio callers. So anyway, you like my new room? I'm redesigning, so I'm backwards now. My little plaque is up there for my certification on the motion code. That's the only one I ever got really certified for because I don't feel like I got that because it was $97. Someone told me, hey, Bradley Nelson's on a call, so why don't you go on that call and get it for $97? I'm like, $97? That's cool. Okay, I can do that. Any other certification out there wants to do it for $97? I'll do it. Okay, but I'm not gonna do, especially access certification. You have to recertify. I don't believe in that shit. So anyway, but as an infinite being, I am fully what everyone else is. So if Dane here is certified, I'm certified because I'm an infinite being. I am Dane here. If Bradley Nelson's certified, he was self-certified, just like so was Dane and the founder of Access, Gary Douglas. They were self-certified, so I'm self-certified. I certify myself. I certify that this message is brought to you by Tim Janakis, and I certify that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I have great results with all my clients. So anyway, call into my radio show. It's tomorrow, exactly 24 hours from now. At every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. New York time, which is 6:30 p.m. California time, which is 7:30 p.m. Mountain time, which is 8:30 p.m. Central time. I got all the times right. For me, it's Thursday morning, 10:30. Japan time, which I think is 8 o'clock in India. I have people calling in from all over the world. I put down the time sometimes all over the world because I do have callers from all over the world calling in the show. Call 1 Oh My Axe 2015. I realized that in 2015 that was the number because I didn't have it memorized before, which is 1-646-929-2015. If you don't like to spell it out with some of the old phones, if you don't have an old phone, it doesn't have the letters. These phones in Japan don't have the letters either, but I can look at a pad online and check out the numbers and letters. Okay, so what else do I want to say? Since I'm here making the video and since you've watched so long, I want to say something about the writings of Nichiren Daishonin. Okay, so as I said, the 9 trannies in Access Consciousness, in Buddhism, they're called the supernatural powers of the Thus Come One. There's one writing that the Nichiren Shu, which is not an organic sect of Buddhism, it is a form of Buddhism that was amalgamation of many sects that were competing sects that the government asked to all work together for the unity of Japan, which eventually caused Japan to go against the rest of the world, causing war. But anyway, they went through hundreds of years of killing themselves, so they figured we're done killing ourselves, we might as well kill everyone else. And then after World War II ended, now they're back to killing themselves again because suicide is the #1 death thing in Japan. You know, if If you can't kill other people, you got to kill yourself. That's how they do it. That's the cult of Japan. So this writing, which you can go on my most revolutionary writings, but the thing is, I'm reading the second one that they don't claim is a, it's a they say it's a forgery. Yeah, it's a forgery. Okay. Anyway, if it is a forgery, then the other one that they don't say is a forgery is almost exactly the same. So I'm going to read that one too. I think I did a couple installments, but I'll do more if people like it and share it and view it and comment on it. But not that many people have, so I've been doing other videos because I get more comments and videos on other things. You like my little flying things? Those are my little Shoten's engine flying. I don't know what they are. Oh, I know what they are. They're tumpopal. They're you blow and they put out the seeds. What do you call it in English? Dandelion. I think they're dandelions. I make dandelion root tea. It's very good. Good for your stomach and good for all kinds of other things. I muscle test, so I just, my body tells me what I want to do today. Should I do this one? This is a puer. Should I do that? No, my body doesn't want that. I muscle tested for that. Yeah, my body wants the coconut milk, coconut water. I bought that the other day. My body just loves it. But remember, just because your body loves something one day doesn't mean it's going to be good the next day. Just make sure you muscle test before you do anything. If you don't know how to muscle test, do the sway test, which is just try to face as much north as you can face and hold it in front of you. And if your body goes forward, your body wants it. If your body goes back, it doesn't want you. If you're not getting a good one, go like this. Go down by your crotch and act like you have a sleeping bag and zip it up, zip it over your head, and drop your arm to the side of your head. You didn't really see that because I'm too far away from the camera. Okay, but anyway, I zipped it up like this, and then I dropped it to the side. That was zips your field, and you get a better reading that way. Anyway, it's all psychological because your mind, not your mind, but your being, what you believe, your points of view create your reality. Your reality does not create your points of view. So if you believe you're an infinite being and you're a Buddha from time without beginning, you are. But if you don't believe it, then you're not. So it's up to you, baby. If you believe it's a forged document, it's a forged document for you. If you believe it's your will and testament, then it's your will and testament. I don't care what you believe. But anyway, I know what I am. So you can't tell me I'm not an infinite being and I'm not a Buddha from time without beginning, because I've been that way forever and I will be that way forever. So anyway, the 9 trannies, or the supernatural powers of the Thus Come One, is what I use every day to transform this reality into something much better for me and everyone else who wants to play. Okay, what else should I say? Should I say anything else? No. I muscle tested for that. My body says no more shit. Let's stop this video.